Oh, and I think we're live.
All right.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is exactly 8 p.m. 8 p.m. We're gonna wait for a couple of people to come in, so I don't see any viewers yet. But I'm sure we will have a few in a second. Okay, wait. Okay, I also want to go and see where is it now. Oh, there we go. You can see. Hello, Carol. Hello, Grace. There we go.
Hi, everybody.
Oh, nice. I can see everything now. It's all integrated. Great. So I don't need to go anywhere. Okay, cool. All right. Welcome, everybody. This is A again. Okay, so once again, now I've got everybody here, right? Show my top fan. Top fan badge, huh? Yes, Grace. By the way, Alan, so usually if you go on live a lot, okay, you need to mute that. Yeah, then normally you
Yep.
can have a top fan. Yep. Hello, Calvin. There we go. We got everybody coming in already, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's wait till it hits about 20 and then say, yeah, Alan, you can probably say hello to everybody also.
Hey, hi, everybody.
All right. Hello, everybody. So you see Alan, give him some love, man. Give him some love. Click on the like button. Give the love. Wow. See, there's Dato Alan, Tan Sri Alan. Yeah, everybody. If you're watching this is just giving you a little clue, right? A little, sneak peek into what Alan, the kind of person that Alan really
Hi,
is, right?
Clarice.
Hello, Clarence. Yeah, we got a lot of top fans coming in, huh? Yeah. Very good. So welcome. Look at Taco.
Now, Tun. I am not to be implicated, Tun.
That would be yeah. Gotta be careful there, man. Yeah, there's only a handful of people who have that title. Huh? Yeah. Thank you, Grace. You totally rigged the button. I love it. Okay, so everybody, once again, welcome, right? Welcome. And today we have a very special episode, right? We have, if you guys don't know him, well, this man here, I personally, when I first met him, right, actually he had a very calm demeanor, very, very calm demeanor. And I always use this word, composure. I always use that to describe him. But the thing is also is when you start to get to know him a little bit more, you start to see him, go a bit closer, you start to see him, right? And then he's actually got a really funny, really, awesome sense of humor as well. Right. So, so everybody, I think we're gonna be having some fun today. And yeah, by the way, if you guys got questions, you need to make sure you just ask whatever questions I can see. I'll make sure I ask Alan, and then we'll see, let's see where this conversation goes together, right? But the big thing of today, though, is we're going to be learning a little bit, right, from Alan and his, vast experience, right? And how he has managed to come to where he is today, in Cornerstone, in real estate, right? And furthermore, in case you guys didn't know, he also closed a deal during the MCO, right? And then he also had a major milestone. He made a video, and that's, you know what? Don't know how many of you out there don't even have a video of yourself yet, right? So this is guys. You want to talk about breakthrough? You want to talk about learning something new today? This is the perfect time to basically learn something new. Oh yeah, Kelvin got a lot of questions already, huh? So Alan,
Ready. Yep.
you ready, huh? I'm
Yep.
gonna
Good
start with a
evening,
simple
everybody.
question.
Yep.
Yeah, good evening. I'm gonna ask a simple question. How are you today? Alan?
Fine. Can be
Yeah,
better.
yeah, can be better. Huh?
Can
I
be
think
better.
a lot
Yes.
of people also can be better.
Correct.
Oh, yeah, that's so interesting. You see, a lot of people already saying, "They please share." They're like, Grace is saying, like, Alan, share lah your story. Didn't know you
What
joined real
story?
estate.
That is an interesting story.
Okay, let's. You know what? Let's check out the surface of the iceberg, right? The tip of the iceberg, right? So, Alan, again, right? Just for everybody to know, how long have you been in real estate now?
It will be exactly 26 months. 2 years and 2 months.
Exactly 26 months, everybody. Wow, you still remember exactly, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so 26 months. That's been a while. Like, how would you describe your journey so far? One word.
interesting. Interesting is the word. Yep.
Okay, second word.
It has been. I mean, if one thing is it's an interesting industry, and it has been great knowing everybody in Cornerstone. It was really a family-like place that I wouldn't have stayed if it's not because of the people in Cornerstone.
Yeah.
Seriously, yeah.
You know, this is probably, you know what, I think to help our viewers have you know, to really see into this a bit more, right? Because you know what's been happening is me and Taco, every time we interview, you know, I think a lot of people out there are hearing this, right? They say that, yeah, Cornerstone is like a family, it's like a family, it's like a family, right? And that's not a bad, it's a good thing, right? But let's see it from your perspective too, right? How does this family, like Cornerstone, right, let's say compared to, let's say, your previous careers, right? What would you say is the number one difference? Yeah.
The number one difference is that okay, my first job, I came from a bank. I came from a bank where it's major corporations, where people, you know, when you're in a very big organizations, you either have very few friends, or you don't even know whether those are friends. You know, it's a corporate worlds are like that. They say that it's a dog eat dog world, which is true.
Yeah, dog eat dog world. Grace say a lot of like Louis and all that. Is that true, Alan?
The one that I come from are famous for their tellers. Their tellers are the most beautiful one.
Is it?
I don't want to name names, but it's Chinese bank.
That's it kind of narrows it down quite a bit already.
Yep. You know, so when I joined into Cornerstone, it's like we are growing. At that time, we are really growing. Now there's not as many people as there is now, so you can feel the closeness, and there's something that I really from the day that I spoke to you the first time, I told you that's the thing that I want Cornerstone to maintain. Right?
I recall.
I really hope to that, because once I do understand that once we get too big, it will be hard to control. You know?
Yeah,
but
that's true.
Somehow or other, the leaders will have to find a way to maintain that. You know.
Yeah.
That's the being close, being family-like is also a plus point to retain your real estate negotiators. You know, when there is closeness, people will want to stay. Even when they want to leave to go to another agency, they will feel paiseh.
Yeah,
this kind of thing. It's a good point. It's a good point.
Yeah. By the way, everybody, if you're listening carefully, right, you're hearing some lessons in there already, right? But you better be listening, reading between the lines, right? Yeah. Oh, hello, Elvira. Hello, Yao Long. Yao Long's in the house, right? Yeah, Grace. Okay, so I've got a follow-up question to that, right?
All right.
Okay, wait, first of all, just to give people some clarity as well. When you say you got in the banking job, right? The first bank, right? How long ago was that? Can I ask? Just for everybody to
I joined the bank in 89. I joined the first bank, then I moved on to the second bank after about a year. So I was with the second bank for almost 15 years. I would say 15 years. I was there. Yep.
Yeah, 15 years. Wow. Okay. So that means in the total in the banking industry, why don't you give everybody like a quick rundown, right? So you started in banking in 89, and then what happened after that? What kind of timeline?
I quit the bank. I came out in about 2004. Then I was doing some. I went to the car industries, and I've been there. I've been there since then until I left in 2017. 2017 was when I quit the car industries. So it was by accident that I came to Cornerstone.
Yeah. the car industry, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, don't say accident, like Alan. Say it's like, it's fate. It's fate. It's
Really,
fated.
really, it was fated. It was really fated. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
If you were to talk to Clarice, Clarice will tell you the whole story. She actually
yeah.
didn't recruit me. She recruited my wife, but she got the wrong person.
Whoa! You gotta tell us a little bit about that. That's so interesting already. What happened? What happened?
Because
So like, Clarence tried to recruit your wife.
my wife is a personal friend of Clarice. So I think Clarice did talk to her, asked her to come into the industry because she was previously doing real estate in Mont Chiara, sub-sales in Mont Chiara and all this. So that was also the time that I left my car industry. So my wife said that since the kids are still young, he said, why don't you go? And for I didn't even know that she paid at that time we have a fee to pay for,
Yeah,
so I just
yeah.
went to she just asked me, okay, this is the address, you just go to this office and you call Clarice is there waiting for you. So that's all I did. I just called I just went to see Clarice, fill up some form, and I was in the new rent training the same day.
What? What? Just like that?
Just like
That's
that. It was
that's
just like
madness.
that. It was just
Okay.
simple. So like you say, probably it's fated. Yeah. It was, but no matter what, it was a great journey. It was a great journey till now.
Yeah. That's it. That's funny. Look, Clarence actually said, your wife approached her actually. Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Because
This one.
because my wife has been in the real estate industry, so they were talk.
Yeah,
I think they were talking. They talk
yeah.
quite. So that's how I don't know. I actually don't know what transpired, but all I know is that I am supposed to go to Cornerstone and meet up with Clarice. That's all.
That's an interesting one, right? That's an interesting one. Okay. That's interesting. Yeah, it sounds like a soap opera, like Korean drama, almost, like, yeah, all these incidents, right? Okay, that's a really, really cool, right? And well, Clarice, very sharp memory. I think she's saying that she saw her Facebook post. Okay, cool. All right, okay, that's cool, man. That's really, really cool. And everybody, guess what? Alan here today, Cornerstone, new leader. He's still going at it, right? Still going at it, still going, still going mentally and still achieving. So, that's amazing, isn't it? If you think about how one decision can lead to, where we are right now,
Correct.
right?
Right.
Pretty,
Just
yeah.
follow. Just follow your guts. Follow the omen.
Yeah, for the moment.
Yep.
Actually,
Yep.
you know what? Can we talk a little bit about that? What are your thoughts on that? Right. So, I mean, throughout life, like, have you been a believer of, just following your gut? Has what do you what would you say about that?
Sometimes yes. Sometimes we just have to follow our heart. That's
Yeah.
it, it comes to when you have been in the. I mean, all the while I have been, whether I was in the bank or whether I was in the car line, it's
Mm,
all about dealing with customers.
mm,
It somehow it gets to a point where sometimes when a customer walks in,
mm.
you kind of have a sense of whether or not you can close this deal. You know that's we I mean we are not judging. I mean from outlook or whatever, but it
Yeah.
gives you sometimes you personally we have that kind of feelings.
Like,
You know
yeah,
when a
intuition,
person
right?
walk
Yeah.
in, yeah, you know that he is going to buy or she is going to buy. This kind
Yeah.
of feelings.
Yeah. Did you always have that feeling, or did it come over time? Yeah. Actually, you know what? Maybe can you share with everybody also? You said bank. Were you doing mortgage? And then the car, what were you doing? Like
Uh,
selling? Yeah, just so everybody has an idea.
even in the bank, I started off as a marketing officer in hire
Yeah.
purchase.
Mm.
During my time, there is finance company and bank.
Mm. Oh.
I started off as a marketing officer in a finance company. and subsequently move on to the bank
To a
when
bank.
they close off all the finance company. So even at the bank, I've been, like I say, I've been managing the branches.
Yep.
So I've been all over Malaysia.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
until
Managing branches.
after a while, when you're managing branches, you get the freedom of running the whole branch and all those.
Yeah.
You decide where the branches are, what are the target, where to go. When they when they pull you back to head office, that's when I told you before. That's when I left the company, sort of.
Yeah. Got it. Just so for everybody to know, right? Because it's interesting to know when I first spoke to Alan, I was like, whoa, I was just like, whoa, it was supposed to be an interview, but ended up turning into a bit of a conversation instead, actually. Right? Remember that?
Yep.
Oh, that was yeah, that's amazing, right? So okay, coming back to that thing, right? So you said we were talking about, that feeling, right? Did that develop over time, right? Or it was something that you always kind of like had?
It does, because it's sort of like a hunch.
A hunch.
I like talking to people. I like listening to people. I like handling difficult people.
Yeah.
I mean, these are the things where I always take it. Even clients that they might be people who will be giving you a lot of problems. They are not giving you problems, but that it's just that they are trying to test you. Yeah, that's what some customer does. I mean, I like to take up this kind of challenge. I always
Yeah. Can you? Okay, this is an interesting question also, right? I'm also curious. Can you remember like one of the, maybe as far back as possible, right? Like the earliest, the first time you had to deal, your first hard customer, right? Or your first hard person that you had to deal with. Who's the first person? And could you share with us a little bit, like, what was it about, and how did you take care of it?
It's all, I can remember. I'm not supposed to name. I don't know whether he's watching.
No, you don't have.
But no. We have become friends.
That should be okay.
Very close friends. Yeah. Initially there was this lady that comes in with the husband. It was like after that. I mean, after I get to know her in a closer way, that's how I joke. When I told her, when you walk into the sales gallery, it seems that your husband just looks so. He's like I owe him a lot of money. That kind of a face. He never the whole presentation, he never say a single word.
Okay.
When I was
the silent one.
Correct, the silent one. It's only when we have this kind of customers, that's when that we have why are they not talking to me? It becomes very difficult. It becomes a one-way communications. So that's when I try to ask them questions, make them talk to me. It was like after bringing them to look at the show unit, when we come back down, he became a totally different person. He is the one that he can joke with me and all those things, asking me funny questions, that kind of thing. So after a while, it's the tipping point of the how to break the ice. That we have to learn that kind of a skill. To break the ice, to make them comfortable, to make them want to tell you more. This kind of thing we will learn. Everybody will learn. Everybody have got a different style, but that is a skill. That one is. Those are the skills.
Yeah. So based on how would you teach, let's say, a young agent or even just a young person, right? How to handle, how to handle how to break the ice. Let's keep it simple. How to break the ice. How would you advise and how would you educate a young person to break the ice? What tips would you give?
I would say just shut up, listen. If you want to talk, ask the right question. You will get them. You somehow or other you will touch the switch, and they will turn
Yeah.
on. You know.
Yeah. Whoa. Damn. Okay. Yeah. Everybody, that's a big one there. That's a big one. Listening. And I'm coming from a coaching and training perspective as well. And that is the biggest thing. Right? That is the biggest thing. Okay. That's cool, Alan. Thank you so much for sharing that, right? Okay, let's change this up a little bit, right? I've got another question for you.
Right.
So far, right? Who has been the most influential person on you? What person has had the most influence on you? Would you say? Who would you say? Who would you say has the most influence on you?
In Cornerstone?
Overall, your career.
Overall, I would say along the line, I have a lot of people that I treat as a mentor. You know, and in fact, everybody has got a different skill. That's why I cannot say that there is a specific person that actually is
Like the number one. Like
number
that.
one. Yes,
Yeah.
there's
But there are
no
a
number
few.
one, but there are a few that are in fact, I always feel this way. Everybody that I meet has got something special in them.
Yeah.
You know? It's just how we want to learn from that person. You know.
Wow. Okay, can I ask though, like just to probe, right? Like a little bit, like about who was that first person that came to your mind?
The first person that came to my mind has got to be my so-called my GM in Hong Leong.
Yeah.
He is the
And
one that
what lesson? Yeah.
sorry, I named the bank already. My God. You know,
I didn't flinch.
no, this is actually that bank is actually a good training ground. It has always been they work you to your to the limit, you know. It was like that's when I came in that was my first job. I mean my second job. So that's where I get to learn about discipline, you know, hard works and all those, you know. There are stories that I always tell some of my friends, or even some of the agents in Cornerstone, you know. That's how they train us. We will go drinking, we will go karaoke, you know. Then after that, you know, we can go makan bakute or whatever. Then my boss will tell me, "Hey, now it's already 3-4 o'clock. Hey, go back sleep lah. No need to come so early. You know, no need to come so early to office tomorrow."
Yeah.
But the next day, that time we don't even have a handphone yet. You know, during that time, we only carry a pages. You know, at 9 o'clock sharp, my pager beep. So I look at it. Okay, office number. We don't know who called us. You know, so we'll call back to office. Then the secretary will answer. Then they will ask, "Alan, where are you? Why are you not in the office?" Then, no,
Oh wow.
boss knows about it. Yesterday we went out drinking. You know? Then he say, "Oh yes, hold on. Boss is looking for you." You know, that's when I learned. When they say you can sleep in, means you can sleep till 8 o'clock, but be in the office by 9. You know, this kind of thing really stick to your mind, and it instill a kind of a time management on me. So that's why up to now, I really stress on time management. We must be on time. We must not be later than our clients or whatever, even if we know that the client will be late sometime, after a few time making appointment with the client, you will know whether you will have this, that, like again, the hunch, whether this fella will, like they always say, whether he will form fake or not. But if he don't answer, but if he don't answer your call, you still have to be there half an hour earlier than the time of the appointment. If he has to make you wait another 2 hours, so be it. That's our job.
Wow. Cool. Thank you so much for that. Wow. Okay, that's some experiential learning right there. Yeah. So would that be the way that you would also like teach your team members on how to be punctual?
Yeah. I mean, because that is the first impression we give to our client. Whether or not you probably could sell very well, but if you are late, so what kind of impression that the client had on you? That is your first interaction with the client, even before you all speak to each other, face to face. If you are late, then too bad.
And that's it. Yeah.
That's a very bad impression.
Very cool. What would be tip number 2 and tip number 3 for, let's say, agents? Because I think number 1 is obvious. I mean, like what I'm hearing now is punctuality. What about number 2 and number 3?
You have to. Those are the traits that I feel that you have got to have. Not even as a rent. In fact, in life, you have to have the discipline. Time management is one thing. You have the discipline. You have to have the discipline and the resilience. That's the only thing. That's why resilience is very important.
Very interesting. Okay, we have a good question from Grace, and I think I just flashed it to everybody. But okay, question now is on the screen from Grace. Alan, right? Projects do sometimes have high termination rate, right? How do you overcome the disappointment, and how do you motivate yourself? And considering how you're also like, it's only been 2 years for you in real estate, right? So yeah, how do you overcome the disappointment, and how do you motivate yourself?
Motivation is I always tell myself, no matter how many times life kicks you down, just get back up. I mean, for project, yes, I think I have a span of about within 1-2 months. I did about 6 or 7 cases. 90% almost out of the 6-7 cases, only 1 conversion. The rest are either rejected by the bank or customer cancel. This of course, I don't deny that it will stress you up a bit. It will bring your morale down, a little bit. But like I say, we always have to have a high self-confidence, and you have to have a group of friends. I would say, I have my own group of friends. I think all of them are here. These are the people that you can talk to or complain. They will listen. So
so it's friends, so and then the mindset, and as well as basically the friends that you have.
Yeah. No matter how strong a mindset is, you have to have a channel to let go.
Yeah.
And the friends, and these people are the channels for you to voice out, to complain. But probably they will only listen. They go back. They will say, let him complain. But at least you let your frustration out. That's very important. Do not keep something inside of us. We have to let it go at times.
Wow, that's also a deep one, right? Do not keep things inside also, right?
It's not healthy.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point, because a lot of people, I think, they tend to keep it inside, right? And I think in our culture as well. Yeah. We have yet another question, right? Wow, this one's getting a bit technical. So okay, here we go. By Miss Carol Young. Yes, she's asking now, right? Do you have any hard time or challenge to follow closely with new technology?
Technology, actually, new technology is new today. It might not be new again tomorrow. We are moving so fast. You know. Yes, I don't mind admitting. Initially, it was like we cannot keep up with the things that is. It's not to say that we cannot keep up. It's just that we are not used to. Things like my mouth always eat before my phone. That's one thing that I believe. These are the kind of trend that is changing. Instagram, even Facebook and all those things. But I dare to tell, I guarantee to tell Carol that after this MCO, I will be more social media savvy. No, I'm up to learning. I'm up to learning.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the video that you did. It's like, wow, okay, that was probably. Can I ask who
If you cannot do it yourself, you have to have a team that is able to do it for you.
Yeah, I know. Your team is
my team.
Your
is
team
my
is.
son.
Wow, I mean, because that was some serious. That was some serious. That's some good work right there. I hope you pass the message on to him.
Even I don't deny that Grace just did the tips on video thing that I just went through the same day. So it gave me a lot of questions that I can question back my son. Like I told Grace the other day, hey, is your background music copyrighted? You don't get me into trouble. No, these are the things that I'm learning. I'm still learning. We know what question to ask the pro.
People, I told you, people. That's why you see now you gotta listen, read between the lines. It's like leveraging. To me, the keyword is leveraging people, knowing how to ask. No harm in asking, right? Yeah.
Right.
Thank you for that, Alan. We got another question for you from Grace, right? It's Alan, do you feel stressed keeping up with younger generations to push for sales? That's an interesting question too.
No, I don't feel challenged. I don't feel stressed out because in my heart, when I'm with those guys, I'm also the 20-something.
Yeah.
to me, I don't have I can click with people of all ages. Let put it this way, Yeah, it's more on your rapport, not only with your customers, but with your subordinate, with your teammates. We have to get along with them.
Yeah.
Really
I'm getting. You know what? No problem, huh?
No problem at all.
That's awesome. I'm getting all kinds of comments here. Are you seeing the comments, Alan? You can see the comments.
I don't. I didn't.
You can see on the screen as well. You see even Matthew also saying, right, Alan is a kid at heart, right? Actually, you know what? Can I ask you about that too, right? Because like talking about being a kid at heart, right? Well, okay, let's start with that statement, right? What do you believe about that statement? Being a kid at heart. Do you think it's important?
It actually is important. We have to take things lightly. Sometimes we have to have fun, but we have to know our lines. When it's time to be serious, we are serious. When it's time to have fun, why not go all out?
Yeah. So I mean, on a related note, right? Then, but how, right? So let's say, how would you advise? Okay, let's say Matthew. Right? How would you advise Matthew, right, to learn how to just, remember to be a kid at heart, right? And what advice would you give? Has it been challenging for you to to maintain being a kid at heart?
Not really. I guess I have always been a happy-go-lucky type of guy. It's how you manage the stress. You know, as you get older, as you get having a family and all those.
Yeah.
I mean, the stress increases. Stress does increase, but it's just that you have to find a balance. You have to know how to manage it. You know, so when you're with the people, with your staff, with your subordinate, they might be younger. They might be younger than you. You know, they won't be able to understand what are the things that we are facing because they are not married. They don't have kids. You know. But this kind of thing is, I mean, when we are with them, we have to be one of them. Let's put it this way.
Interesting. Okay.
You know?
Okay, that's really cool. Yeah. So what about your friends outside of real estate though?
I mean, everybody knows me as having a good sense of humor. Okay.
Yeah.
I always feel that is important. I always feel important. You know, even sometimes with clients and all those, you know, I tend to have to stop myself from being, you know, from joking with them too much and all those, you know. But I find out that clients will know when you're joking with them or when you're offering them professional advice. They will know. You know, when we have to give them when they are seeking our advice, we have to give them our best advice. You know?
Yeah. Absolutely. That's a line right there, everybody. My Alan Yoon, right? Yeah, when they seek advice, we have to give them our best, right? So that's a line right there. Cool. So okay. Whoops! I disappeared for a little while there.
Yep.
Yeah, sorry, my bad. Yeah, my bad. Yeah. Oh boy. Okay. So yeah, I was gonna ask you another question also, right? So, um, so Alan, no, not yet, like Genji, not left yet. I have not left the building. No. Okay, I got a question, right? So far, right? Not just in real estate, but overall as well, right? What has been one of the most inspiring? What was that one inspiring moment of your life so far?
Inspiring moment.
Yeah, that
You know,
one memory. Yeah.
I have to say that it was when I become the youngest branch manager in Hong Kong.
Well, could you share with us a little bit of that about that? Like, how did that happen? What was the major challenge that you had to overcome in order to get to that? To
It
get to
was like
becoming
okay. It was like you know, with when you're working in a big corporation, every promotion comes with a price. You know, my first assignment on when they promoted me to a branch manager was when they moved me to a place called Labuan.
Oh yeah.
Not
You
many
told me
people have heard of it at that time. You know,
okay,
it
you
was
could describe it. Yeah, you told me a little bit about it, but you can describe it to them, everybody, right? What was it like? What year was it?
it was in 1994. It was in
Okay.
1994, and it was a time where the whole island only has got 3 traffic lights. That's it. You know? So it was growing at that time. In fact, the 2 years I was there, it was at its peak. I have been back there a few times. It has been the island actually has the economy has gone down even very bad as compared to when I was there. That was the peak when I was there, 94 to 96. You know, we were it was a IOFC, International Offshore Financial Center. You know, it was quite a good experience
Yeah.
staying in a small island. You know?
Yeah, interesting. So you're saying speaking there. I see Eric here joking, duty free every day. Alan Yoon show partying.
Yes.
Yeah. In Claris also, that everybody's coming in partying karaoke, right? Yeah. That's okay. That's interesting. So you had to go there, but what was so challenging about about being in Labuan at the time? Because it was relatively, I think it was quiet. Was it? What was it?
It wasn't not to say quiet, but it's just that it's the kind of lifestyle that it took a big change. Like I say, the in fact, working with the bank before they get us to accept the offer, they actually asked me whether do you want to have a trip to go over to look at that branch first.
Oh,
Myself being Gampo, I say no, no need. I will go there. I will just sign the letter of appointment and let me know when I have to report.
wow.
So when I reached there, the airport, I think I told you the checkout counter, the immigration checkout counter was smaller than those at the supermarket.
Oh wow! Yeah.
It was that small, and then everybody. But the good thing about being in a small island is that everybody knows everybody. That's it's a very slow pace. Sabah, the sun comes out at 6 o'clock. These are the things that
Yeah.
these are the things that
Yeah.
you have to get used to. Going from a fast-paced KL to a place like that, it took me some time to actually get used to it. In KL, when a customer submit loans to you, the next day they will chase you.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
one, when the first few weeks that I was there, when a customer submit a loan, I will be chasing my marketing people. Get that loan
Yeah.
to me. Get that loan to me. I say, what takes you so long? 2-3 days to submit the loan to me? He said, no, boss. It's not that way. But you will understand. So I was thinking, understand what? So after 2-3 days, they do up the loan. They gave it to me. I sign it on the same day. I said, okay, get the customer in to sign the letter of offer.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they call up in front of me. And they call up in front of me, Mr.
Yeah.
So they speak Mandarin over there, right?
Yeah.
They say,
Yeah.
老板签了了，你的 loan 进来钱了。Then they'll smile back to me. You just watch how many days they will come in. Literally they might take another week to come in to sign. Then only I realized it's the lifestyle of the people. They are not kanchong one.
Interesting. Yeah.
But those are the place that you cannot stay for long.
Yeah.
You cannot stay for long. You will become one of them.
Yeah. How long were you there for? How long were you there for, Labuan?
Exactly 2 years. Then I came back to KL.
Yeah.
I came back to KL. Yeah.
Did you almost become like also very? Did you almost get sucked into the culture as well?
I got, not to say sucked into the culture, but it's like after a while you get to enjoy the lifestyle. It's really a good lifestyle. You can wake up early. You can go for jogging. After a while, you can even play a 9-hole before you go back to office.
Wow.
It's that way. People, it's like it's a very laid back kind of a lifestyle.
Cool. We got a quick question here from Eric, right? Basically, I think he's saying is like, were you there when you were? I think he changed up the word. Were you there when you were married or before you were married?
I was there after I was legally married.
After you legally married. Okay. So after,
The government makes you sign the piece of paper. Once you sign, you are legally married. But
yeah.
I only have the ceremony in '96 when I came back.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's interesting as well. Okay. Okay. Wow, then your wife managed to wait for so long on that one.
Yeah, even all together 7 years.
Oh damn.
7 years.
Oh boy, that's interesting. Okay. So you know, like, okay, then loved one, right? So then was it hard when you moved back to KL then? What was it like? What was it like? Do you remember, like, when you moved from
Um,
Labuan to KL? Was it like a complete culture shock again?
no, because even when I was in Labuan, I was constantly keeping up with what is actually
KL.
going on in KL and others,
I see.
you know. And 2 years doesn't make a big difference in me.
Yeah,
So I sort of come back and started running again.
I see. Cool. Cool. So you were steady, you just went to, okay, cool.
Yeah, all right.
Right. Okay, so we have another, just now I saw another question from Grace, right? And this is an interesting one to change up the rhythm as well, right? She asked this: would you ever recruit your son to do real estate? Whoa.
Real estate, actually, real estate is we are talking about. A person has got to have the interest in selling.
Mm,
Whatever you have to have that interest in selling. There are people who have they are more into sitting at the table, sitting in front of the computer, doing their
mm,
stuff. This kind of people cannot get into real estate.
mm,
But if you have whatever industries that you are in, when you have actually some sales experience, these people can actually come in and what I say, come into the real estate industry and actually excel.
yep.
You know, you have to have the passion to do selling. That's the most important.
Yep.
Actually, if I find out, like I say, selling selling real estate, if you want to know whether you are good in selling or not, come to real estate. Come to real estate. You know, when you actually do the first sales in whatever your sub sales or project, when you actually close the first customer, that's when you succeed. You actually succeed in selling something. You know,
Yep.
you know.
Yep. Yep.
I
So
always
that's,
feel that way.
it sounds like a yes.
Yeah, because you
Yeah,
can
you
you
know.
can go into go into a sales industry. You can like I say, if you sell a mask today, you are in the selling industry, right?
Yeah.
If you join any MLM selling
You're on sales.
vitamins and everything, you are in sales,
Yep.
or rather anything insurance, you are actually
Yep.
in sales. But when you do your first sales in those line, you wouldn't know whether is the customer actually buying because of you, or are they just entertaining you. you know
Yeah.
i i,
Yep.
I I mean, I put myself in the other way around. If somebody comes to me asking me to buy an insurance from them, asking me to buy vitamins from them,
And then you flip
how
it around.
how do you get rid of them? Not to say get rid of the friend. How do you make them not to pester you anymore? You buy it
Mm.
up lah, correct enough. You buy it up lah. But when it comes to a property, can you ask a friend and they entertain you or not? Nobody will have that sort of financial
Yeah,
credibility
yeah.
to buy a. Alex, you come to me so many times already asking me to buy this 1 million property. Okay lah, buy lah. Will you find that kind of person in this industry? No, no. That means when
Mm.
you close your first person that buys from you, you know that you are actually doing a great job already. You know,
Interesting
that's
perspective.
yeah. That's why you will see that some people might. I'm not talking about generality. There are
Yep.
people that they go into insurance. They do well the first year.
Yep.
They go into selling vitamins. They do well the first year. Wow, I can make this kind of money. Let's
Yep.
change car. Let's buy a nicer car. But they have not think about who their customer is during the first year. You know,
Yep.
this kind of thing you have to check back. This kind of you might be selling to your relative or your friends. When you lost this group of people, when you cannot get new people to buy from you, that's where you cannot survive.
Wow. Okay.
So if you want
Cool.
to do, when you want to try your hand at sales, come to real estate. When you do your first closing, you have done well.
Very interesting. Very interesting. We have a statement here from Grace, right? It says that it's hard to do business with family and friends, right? What do you think about that?
It's hard to do. I mean, in fact, I kind of agree and disagree. You know, it's not so. Maybe it's more. You feel more obligated, you know, when you do a business transactions with a family member or a friends. But if you are selling something that is good, and if you believe in that product, I mean, why not? Why not? If you feel that it actually helps them, might as well help my family member first before I help anybody else.
That's really interesting. So it comes down to what you really believe in, then.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right.
Very nice. Very nice. Okay, so Alan, over the past 26 months now being in real estate, right? I mean, there are a lot of I'll put it this way, right? There are a lot of agents out there. There are a lot of young agents who have just joined the real estate, right? And I think you and I noticed the majority of them are also, they're still in their 20s, right? They don't yet have much experience, right? What would and I know we spoke about this a little bit earlier. We talked about perseverance, we talked about discipline, right? We talked about punctuality, right? But apart from these, right? What kind of advice would you give to younger agents now to be able to sustain themselves and sustain their mindset, for within the career, within real estate?
I would say the most important thing is within yourself. You have to know why you want to come into this industry. It has got to be something that you like to do. I know, besides hearing that it can make you a lot of money. If you're coming in just for the money, I will tell you don't come in. Because it doesn't. If you're looking and try to be compare yourself to those that are already a success in the real estate industry. Because what you see is that they are driving big cars, they can make good commissions, but what you don't see yet is the time, the effort, the sacrifice that they have put in. If you're coming in just for the money, then don't come in. But if you like to learn, if you really like to learn about this industry, then it's something that the money will come naturally. It's a byproduct. But I would tell my people that if you really want to learn about this industry, join the right company. Why the reason why, like I say, why I joined Cornerstone in the first place is that it actually gave me a head start. If we are joining a company that are providing you with actually warm leads, you are getting a head start of at least 60 to 90 days, rather than joining a company that don't give you leads. You have to do your own advertisement. By the time you learn to do advertisement and all those and put it up, you get your first client. That will be 2-3 months down the road. And being in a project side of the industry, that your commission won't come in another 90 days. So all in all, if the company doesn't provide you leads, you have to take into consideration that you have to eat sand for the next 6 months. Correct. If you join a company that give you warm leads and to move you immediately, you are saving a time of at least 60 to 90 days. So that's what I have in mind when I joined the real estate industry. But being from another industry, being at my age, I have to admit that it was slow for me to kick in, because when I joined, I'm ready to learn. But I didn't know that I have to sacrifice all my weekends. It took me some
that's a
time.
big one.
It took me some time that I finally realized that, okay, give it a try. Let's sacrifice my weekend, because make sure that whether I have appointment or not, let me be at the sales gallery. Let me sit there, get my hand dirty. Even if I don't close, I'll be most happy to help out anybody that was doing closing that day. As you do this kind of thing, you will learn. You will learn from them. That's my main point. Choosing the right company is very important if they are new rent. And coming and being a team leader now is also, we have to put ourselves in their shoes to make them feel comfortable, to teach them the thing as fast as possible.
Thank you for sharing that, Alan. Very, very nice. We got a question from Calvin Wong. He asks, what's your goal now as a leader? What is your main goal?
My main goal actually just is the same as Kevin. To build a team big enough to actually be able to step aside, not meaning that not to do anything, but we can move out, not doing so much of our personal sales, to actually groom a team that can have the same vision, the same belief system as us.
So that's your main goal.
That's my main goal.
Yeah. So to
have a group of people with the same mindset, with the same hunger, that will be my main goal.
Nice. Very nice. All right. Alan, no, we've really been talking for 57 minutes.
Good.
Yeah, right? Very fast, right? So okay, and you know what? Because we're coming to an end already, right? Let's end with this question, right? Because right now we're all in this, we're doing all of this, partly because of the MCO, but I think because of the MCO and the coronavirus, we are, all of us are being pushed out of our comfort zone. And you know what? It's really cool to see us, growing, right? Each and every one of us. But as some last words, before we end the interview tonight as well, right? What are what words of encouragement would you maybe give to everybody who's watching now? What can they do during this time, to stay positive? What would you say to them?
I think initially, for everybody in this line and everybody listening in that have a passion of moving around, initially when we heard the news of the lockdown, we were more angry in the sense that we cannot go out. It's kind of, we'll be complaining, we cannot make appointment and all those stuff. We cannot close deal and all those. It's actually we are giving ourselves a reason. It's just that we don't like being controlled. This is the first time in my 50 years life that we are actually not allowed to go out. It feels so funny. Everything has its first time. But like I say, after a while, we have to surrender to the situation. I would say, you surrender to the situation, then you will be able to relax, sit down, and reflect. What can I do? What can I improve? As long as we are fighting, getting angry with the situation, we will not be able to improve. So like after a while, after a few days, I would say that maybe this will give me a good time to spend with my family. This will give me a lot of time to do some cooking. This will give me a lot of time to read some books. I was surprised that some books that I have been reading, it's like the lockdown was so sudden. There was this book that I have read three times, three
Whoa,
times,
three
and
times.
yeah, this book that I read, because I cannot go out and buy books, and I cannot read on. I don't like reading
The
ebooks.
e-reading.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so I just grabbed this book. Okay, why don't I look at it again? But you'll be surprised that when you read that book, in a different situation, you get a different meaning. You get a different meaning.
Wow.
You know.
Yeah.
So
I've been.
that's why I say when you surrender to the situation, that's where your mind is clear, and new things are able to come in. Then you take up new challenges. It's like when the deal that I closed, I'm still being very skeptical whether I should close the case or not, whether I should uh, talk about closing during this kind of a time, will the customer be
Yeah.
unhappy,
Yeah.
so I was surprised that I was able to close him. When I was keying in, I was still asking Genji a lot of questions. That's
Yeah.
when Genji say, forget about all this thing, go celebrate first. He say, then it comes to me, oh yeah, there's something that I have not done before. It's a reason for celebration. Why should I worry about paperwork? We'll celebrate. It's
Yeah.
like every new thing lah. So like when Yao Long say go do a video for me, in my mind I was like, I was frying my rice. I almost get it burned. How to do a video? Oh my god! If I know, I don't want to close this case.
Yeah. Yeah.
But once you get over it, it becomes easier. It
Yeah.
becomes easier.
Thank you, Alan. That's awesome, man.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Alex.
thank you. Hey, looks like everybody want encore. So we want they want one final. I given them one final question, right? By the way, is the name of the book what's the name of the book? Can I ask?
Okay, go read this book. Can you see?
Oh, nice. The Alchemist, Paulo Coelho, right? Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know how to pronounce his name, yeah, but yeah, I read the book. Oh, interesting. Yeah, that would be a good book to read again. Yeah,
It's
interesting.
about life. It's about how you look at your life. So it's actually when, like I said, when we are at different stages of life,
Yeah,
and you read it, it gives you different type of meaning. It's a
yeah.
good book. It's a good book.
Wow. Okay, I think I have a copy too. I should go and dig that up again. Yeah, it's been a while. Okay, cool. Thanks for that. Right. Okay, we got. Okay, fine, guys. Last two questions, and then we're done. Okay.
All
Okay,
right.
Grace is a question. Although this one here, I think I did kind of ask it in the beginning a little bit, but I think maybe what Grace would like now, what we need is a bit more meat, right? So we hear. So Grace's question is here, right? So of all the companies you work with, which company culture you like the most, and how is it different from your previous companies? So I think I did ask you this in the beginning, right? And you did mention that Cornerstone is all about the family, right? The family side of it. But let's talk a bit about the previous companies, right? How would you describe those companies in terms of culture? Like what was the culture like compared to like versus family, right? What would you say that their culture was? What was the main? What was it? How is it different?
Okay. When I was at I I think it's not so much of the culture that we must instill. I mean, for any growing company or big company,
Yep.
the most important thing is that it still comes back to teamwork. It still comes
Yep.
back to teamwork.
Yep.
When you work in a company, you have to play with the company.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
We have that's the way it goes. You have
Yep.
to know if you cannot what I say, if you cannot comply or stick to that company culture, then you have to move on. you have to move on. Because a company culture will not change for you. It will not change for you. But what is for all the company that I have worked with, it's always good to have your own group of friends, that is close to you, where you can actually play along with the company, help the company to maintain that kind of culture. Because sometimes company, as they grow big, they might get misaligned. That's how when we are in the company and when we have grown with the company, it is important that we must always stick to that kind of a culture, instill in the new people that have joined us, the new people in our team. We always tell them that this is the culture. This is the culture.
Interesting. So basically, has there been a culture where you did not, what culture did you not enjoy?
Like I don't enjoy politicking.
Okay.
That's one reason why I left.
That's a good.
So we initially, when we are at the branches and all those, when we are running our own shows, we get to do the things that we feel our belief. We get to carry out what is our belief system. How to move the company, as long as we are aligned with the company's missions and visions, then we are on the right track. But when you go up to head office and all those, when there's too much politicking going on, that's when I don't like. That's what I don't like. Always be yourself. Always be a true friend. That's very important for me.
Got it. Thank you for that. I think that's awesome, giving a lot of people some contrast right there. All right, we got one final question, right? Nelson here is asking, how did you overcome your cabin fever? Oh, it's a big question now.
I just complained to him and Grace that we have been forgetting what days it is and everything. There's one thing that I don't know. We have to wait for the 5th. Hopefully, it's the 15th of April. When we come out, I don't know whether we'll be able to look at the sun or not. We'll be coming out like we are being released from Sungai Buloh like that. You don't know. But hopefully it will be on the 15th that we'll be able to go out. I hope the Twin Towers is still there. Everything else is still the same. For so many weeks we haven't gone out. We don't know what is going on outside.
Yeah. I hear you. You know what? But on the bright side, you know what I'm hearing now? Like, air is fresher outside. It's a bit more fresh now. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, it could be true.
Anyways.
But it's a very good experience for the first time in your life. I have not spent so much time at home before. Like I say, don't complain. This is I was just on the line with a client yesterday. He was telling me, don't complain. I'm so glad that my husband is at home. The whole 2 weeks. I say, yeah, it could be true. I said, this could be something that God is telling us to do. Just stop on your track, smell the roses. But I was just joking with her. If we don't stop looking at our handphone, the next time the virus come, it will be through handphone. That's the only way to make everybody get rid of the handphone.
Oh my God, that is so true. At the same time, that was so true. That was a wow. That was a little wow.
We are staying at home, but we are still spending a lot of time on our handphone. So if we still don't learn from this lesson, what is the next lesson that God will give us?
That is so awesome, but yeah, I mean, I like that last line, if I was to come to the phone itself, right? It's so true also. You know, but at the same time, everybody, you know, I think, wow, thank you so much, Alan. You know, like that, you know, just stop and smell the roses. That's exactly, I think, what a lot of us.
Nice talking to you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Right. I think everybody. So there we go, everybody. Right. I think that was a really awesome way to end the interview tonight. If you guys would like to see more of Alan, you need to go talk to him. You need to do an encore, right? And yeah, you know. So why not, right? Why not? It's quite fast. See, 1 hour 10 minutes already, just like that. Right?
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you once again, Alan. Everybody, I mean, in saying good night, please give Alan a lot of love. Please just spam the love button.
Thanks, Alex.
Thanks,
Alex. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Alan, for coming on. You know, it was really nice talking to you as always, right? And I'm sure there'll be more to come. And all right, everybody, have a good night, and we will see you shortly. Remember, tomorrow there's going to be another live my taco tomorrow afternoon, and we will have a lot for you guys to basically watch and learn from each other in the coming week. Yep. Okay, everybody, thank you very much, guys. Bye, Alan. Say bye, Alan.
Bye.
See you guys.
Good night.
Bye. Take care. Good night, everybody.